I'm sorry, we're a little late. I literally was like, I had everything ready to go. I'm like, all right, let's go. And I look at the Streamlabs and it's a black screen, like where like it shows you like the preview of your stream. And I was like, that's not good. And then it started to like buffer out and I'm like, bro, like why are you doing this? So yeah, I don't know what I did. I was just like reloading some stuff and that must have did the trick. I don't know, but here we are, thankfully. I actually thought it was gonna be a longer delay. When I sent that message, I'm like, oh man, I'm probably gonna be like freaking 10 minutes late or something, but I somehow it worked, so I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, Lee Blackwolf has been a member for 34 months and said, been a long time, Kat. Unfortunately, I'm still job searching, but I am on a paid vacation from work, so I can join the Saturday streams this week. That's cool. Wait, so you're still job searching, but you're on a paid vacation. How does that work? You're on a paid vacation, or maybe you're still like in a particular job, but you're looking for a different one, maybe. But either way, that's awesome. I'm glad you're on paid vacation. There's nothing like a paid vacation. That's like the best vacation there is. So, but yeah, glad you're here. Glad you're here, Lee. And yeah, I'm very tired. Very, very tired. Oh, hold on. We have some Ko-fis. Hold the phone. See, today's the 23rd. Here we go. John Kraft donated. I can't speak today. John Kraft donated and said, "Hi, Katori. I haven't donated for a while. Sorry about that. You're so beautiful, and so is your work. Keep up your great work. Big hug for me." Oh, thank you, John. I appreciate that. I'm sure you're beautiful too. But yeah, no worries about not donating in a while. I'm glad to get any donations, so no need to be sorry about that. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. Cyberman donated and said, "Hey Katori, I hope you're doing okay. So I've been working on lots of fan art lately, but I sent you a secret artwork in your Twitter DMs because I drew you in it as well. Also, how much did you peek in my fan mail before your 2 weeks?" Well, actually, I didn't really take 2 weeks off. It was more like, it was like 9 days. It was basically like 9 days, but it just ended up being like I was literally gone on the Saturdays. But yeah, no, I wish I could take 2 weeks off. I definitely did not take 2 weeks off. Let's see. Oh, I have a real cauldron for Halloween this year. Actually, I didn't peek at it much. I just, I know you said you wanted me to take the snacks out of it. So that's what I did. I just check out the snacks. So in case, I mean, it's been such a whirlwind and the good old COVID like took everything out of me that week. So honestly, I don't even remember what I saw. So even if I saw something, I do not remember it. So if you want it to be a surprise, it's going to be a surprise because I do not remember. I certainly don't remember anything. But yeah, no, you said you made a drawing. Yeah, man, a few days before I had to go, like, I don't remember squat. That's a cute drawing. That's very cute, Cyberman. Very, very cute. Thane donated and said, "Hello, Katori. I hope you are well and fine. Thank you for allowing me to text." Oh, yeah, it said send the images, text you. By the way, he didn't mean my phone number. I have not given up my phone number to nobody. It says, "I've sent you the photos. I hope you will like them. Take your time to reply. Also, I won't stay today because I'm exhausted as I went to the beach all day with friends and Mila. Enjoy the stream." My goodness. Also, even though I'm better, I still have a little residual cough. So if I randomly cough, I promise I'm fine. It just happens randomly. But anyways, yeah, I haven't had time to fully reply, but I think I took a peek at them a couple days ago. And yeah, it looks like you guys had a lot of fun. So I'm so glad you guys had a good time. And I know you showed me the new place you're staying at, which looks really nice. So I'm really glad for you. I'm really happy for you guys. So I'm glad you guys are doing well and having fun at the beach. Sounds like an awesome time. But yeah, you rest up, Thane. You rest up. Rest. Rest. Where did I leave off? Okay, super chats. I think I just... Well, I read Lee's last. The guy donated and said, "Finally, I have Saturday off." Ooh, yes. Nah, man. Having Saturdays off are great. I definitely know some people who, like, their work schedules are kind of, like, a little bit all over the place, and they always really hate the fact that they have to work on weekends, so I'm glad you got Saturday off. That's awesome. Mr. Wanapon donated and said, "Hi, Katori. I'm back from DinoCon. I missed you." Oh, well, yeah, we missed you too, Mr. Wanapon. And I hope you had a good time. I mean, going to cons are always really fun. They're a bit tiring, but they're fun. So I hope you had fun while you were away. And welcome back. Welcome back. Holy smokes! Oh my gosh. Okami Night? I want to pronounce that correctly. Okami Night made a very generous donation. Thank you so much. And just said, "Hello, glad you got the stream working. Hope you have a good stream and rest up soon, Sleepy Katori." Yeah, I hope I rest up soon too. Holy smokes, dude. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I hope we have a good stream too. Hopefully I can keep y'all entertained with my rambling like I usually do. We usually just discuss random stuff on here. Yeah, I hope you're doing well, Okami Night, and I hope you've been getting adequate rest since, you know, you wished me to rest up. I hope you rest up. And, yeah, holy smokes, thank you so much. That's very sweet of you, Okami Night. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Oh my gosh, I saw someone else. Deb said the same thing I did. Holy smokes! I think that's what I said. So, yeah, well, thank you so much for the very generous jump scare. I was not expecting to get a huge donation right in the beginning of the stream. So thank you so much. I hope you're having a marvelous evening, Okami Night. Thank you so much. Parker Green donated and said, "Guess who's back? Back again. Parker's back. Tell a friend." Also, do your characters have different names, or are they species plays on Katori? No, they a lot of them have different names. I think the only one that's officially named Katori, because I did a script really early on in the beginning of this channel, and I think I inserted the name Katori because that was like the alias that I was gonna use, and I thought, oh, I'll just use it. So, excuse me, the only person that's named Katori on the channel other than me, like character-wise, is Sensible Housekeeper. She's Katori. The rest of them, like, there's the Valley Girl who's Callie, there's Tagger. She's the only one with a name that does not begin with a C. Then you have Celeste the dragon, you have Coriala the mermaid, Four-Fingered Claire the pirate. So, yeah, some characters don't really have names. They're just, like, generic, like, tomboy girlfriend and stuff like that. But the ones that do have names, they usually begin with C. And there's quite a few of them. Like, there's Clara the ghost, and I think Claudia the werewolf, you know, stuff like that. So, it's been fun to juggle names around and figure stuff out. So, hopefully that answers your question. Neb donated and said, "Today's my town's yearly heyday celebration, and I brought some delicious jams." Ooh, I love jams. Dude, I love jellies and jams. I like making my own. It's so fun. I didn't get time to make jams this year. Oh, I'm so mad at myself. But anyways, blueberry lime and rosemary pear. Ooh, I hope to learn to make my own jams. Yes, Neb, do it. It'll be great. Okay, you just gotta learn. I mean, basically you're just cooking stuff. You're just cooking stuff down. And if you want to can it so it stays for a long time, I mean, there's a bit of prepping. You gotta like you have to like, you know, sanitize the utensils you're gonna use and the jars you're gonna use by boiling them. But yeah, you just get it to a high temperature. You cook down your own jams. You put it in the sterilized jars. You screw the stuff on, not too tight, by the way. You want it to create a suction, but you kind of screw the stuff on, put it back in the hot water, boil it again, and it creates a seal. So pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of online videos I can help you if you want to learn how. It's pretty fun. It's time-consuming, but fun. Pizza Guy donated and said, "How's the Ahsoka cosplay coming along?" It's coming along. It's been a while since I've been able to get my hands on it, because I was like, when I come back, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna do the finishing touches. It's gonna be great. And I got sick. So, but no, it's coming along well. I'm really happy with how it's looking. I still gotta finish it, but it's in the works. It's not like before it was like bare bones, like the skeleton of the costume. No, it's coming along well. And, you know, thankfully I got, I know before, I don't know if I mentioned it, but there was a problem with some material being shipped over or something that was getting shipped wrong, but they actually sent the right one. So, but that was a while ago. That was a long time ago, so maybe I already talked about that. I don't know. But yeah, I've been juggling so many things. Which actually, before I forget, because I was going to announce this at the end of the stream, but before I forget, because I was talking about stuff I keep on forgetting about, I have finally put up some of the Etsy stuff. Today, I forced myself. I was so tired. I was laying on the couch. I'm like, no, Katori, you can't lay here. You can't keep on laying here. You got to get up. So I got up and I finally took some photos of the, cause I had to retake photos of the standees because due to a manufacturing problem, which the company did not want to fix for some reason, the bases of the newer, not the newer, but the restocked standees are smaller than before. It's not a huge deal. I mean, they still stand up, but you know, it's visually different. I didn't want people to think, oh, the base is going to be this big and then it's smaller. You know, I don't want to be false advertising. So I had to retake the photos of those standees and then re-put that back up. So as of right now, some of the standees have been restocked. They're back up. And I also restocked some of the body pillows, and that stuff's back up. And I believe the body pillows have Orc GF, Dragon GF, Christmas GF, like the Christmas body pillow, and this one was another manufacturing issue, which thankfully this one they did fix. But they accidentally printed Dragon GF and the Christmas GF on the same pillow, like one on one side and one on the other. And that one's still up there. So that one, I guess, was just an accident, and then they let me keep it. So I was like, cool. Oh, goodness. My gosh, oh, no. Hold on, hold up. Guess who just rolled on their hair? I'm okay. I'm just holding still for a second. Okay, I'm good. Gosh. But yeah, so the standees will be slightly, the only thing that's different about the standees is the bases. They're just a little bit smaller. You know, and I was like, hey bro, I paid for bigger bases, and they're like, huh? I'm like, please email me back. So that was a bit concerning. It kind of sucks when they don't email you back. I don't know if it's because my order was a while ago, but like, I mean, dude, you're the one that did it, man. It's kind of hard to see under all like the bubble wrap, you know, of like what bases look like. But anyways, anywho, I need to stop talking. I ramble and then I lose track of stuff. Bobby has been a member for 33 months and said, so in a few days, I'll be going to the beach and I'll be sure to send lots of pictures. Hope you and Discord loves it. Also, don't forget to tweet. Thank you for reminding me. It's been a crazy day. Let's see. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the beach, Bobby. Hope you have a very marvelous time. I'm just gonna say come on by and say hi because I'm too lazy to write the rest of it. There we go. Let's shake things up a little bit, you know. Mr. Wanapon donated and said, how was your week? How are you feeling? I'm feeling tired. Not tired due to, you know, how I was sick before. I think that's all over with. But just lots of stuff to do. You know, I'm still like in the process of catching up with things because there was like a whole week where I was like ill and barely doing anything. So I'm still kind of low-key catching up and trying to get things sorted, and there's some other things that I have to deal with, like, you know, like things around the house that we have to get done. And so it's just always busy. There's always something going wrong that you gotta fix. So just a bit tired, but other than that, I'm feeling, you know, physically okay. And yeah, the week's just been just a lot of stuff, being busy with a lot of stuff. Oh, granted, this week I started watching Hetalia with my brother. I've watched Hetalia through and through already, but my brother recently wanted to try and watch it with me and get into it. And I was like, bro, say no more. And so we've been watching a lot of Hetalia, so that's been fun. Oh my goodness, I'm very behind. Oh my goodness, I'm very behind. Lee Blackwolf donated and said, yeah, I've been at my current job for more than 2 years, so I can finally take a paid vacation time. But I'm still looking for a better job that pays more and has a flexible schedule, so I can join the streams more again. Oh, that's cool. Well, yeah, I hope you find a good job that's more flexible hours. It's always nice to be able to, you know, do more things because, you know, your job, you know, like allows for it. You know, it's not like super strict schedule. But yeah, I hope your paid vacation is time well spent. I hope you have a good time. And yeah, no, if you're able to get a more flexible schedule with a better job, we will be very happy to see you here, Lee. So yeah, best luck on your job search. I hope you're able to find one. Thank you for the tucking, Ari. Ari donated and said tuck Tori. I wish, you know, I know like there's like commands that or like things you can do on Twitch to do like the tuck emotes and stuff like that. Wish we had that here. Sadly, we don't. I wish we were actually able to have actually made a tuck emote. There's actually an emote that I made, or it's only in the Discord right now because YouTube won't allow me to add more emotes, and I'm really mad. So dang. But anywhoosies. Ty donated and said, "Joke, I am terrified of elevators. I'm gonna start taking steps to avoid them. However, I don't trust stairs either. They're always up to something." Oh, I'm sure they're always up to something, Ty. I'm sure they always are. My goodness. M or EM donated and said, "Will we get another Jinx video soon? I miss you voicing her." Sadly, I don't know when that's coming out. I feel like I've done so many videos on her other than a full-blown wedding, which would take, I don't know how I do that by myself. So that would take a lot of planning. I know people have talked about honeymoon audios and stuff like that, but yeah, right now I don't really have anything planned. You know, I don't think I'm like done with her. Like I'm like fully done. It's not to say I won't ever make one, which I hopefully I will in the future. But at the moment I don't have anything planned for her, sadly. So, but you know, I mean, she has 27 videos. We had her around for a good time. But no, I do love Jinx. I actually really like being Jinx as a character. She's really fun. So I probably will bring her back one day. Neb, oh my goodness, donated and said King Steven, maybe it's King Steven or King Steven, is unable to attend the stream and wanted to say hello and have a good stream. Aw, well, thank you. Yeah, I hope in whatever he's doing, he's having a good time, or you know, doing what he needs to do. And yes, hello, and yes, we shall have a very good stream, a very good stream. Grizzly Horror Productions donated and said, "Please bring the Jinx roleplays back." I know you guys are asking. The sad thing is it's just not that easy. You know, after you do 27 videos, you kind of lose momentum of what you can do. And with the nature of this channel, you know, it's hard to just do something that's just with Jinx. You know, usually if I have an idea, it involves like 2 other characters or stuff like that, which I can't all do by myself, or you know, it's beyond my creative control. Like, and plus, like, we don't want full out battle scenes because this is an ASMR channel. So trying to do something that people can listen to while they fall asleep and not be super crazy, and you know, have like just Jinx and as a character is a little bit hard. But, I mean, technically, the only audio I can think of right now that I will probably eventually do, will probably be, like, the honeymoon audio. But, you know, it's weird to jump from that to the honeymoon, but, I mean, who knows? Maybe we will, you know, but, yeah, sadly, I don't know when she's coming back, but I'm glad you like her. Arcanus donated and said, "Hey, Gatore, hope you had a good week. Been meaning to ask, random as this is, do you have an evil villain laugh? Your green goblin got me curious." Have I done an evil laugh on the channel? That is a good question. Or do I have one in general? I know I have a few evil queens, but I don't think I ever made them laugh, per se. I don't think I ever made them laugh or anything. I don't think so. I mean, I probably have an evil laugh. I don't really use my evil laugh all that often. So, I mean, did you want to hear it? Is that what you're asking? I guess it depends, like, because I feel like there's different styles of evil laughs. You know what I mean? Like, there's, like, the more conniving ones, and then there's, like, this stereotypical, like, more, like, stereotyped evil laughs. But, but yeah, I'm trying to think of what the official evil queen that we have. No, she's very regal. I think she talks like this when she's in the audio. But I guess it depends. Like, are you talking like psychotic evil laugh or like evil laugh, you know? Because her laugh would probably be like... But, you know, you can also have like psychotic evil laughs, which I don't want to burst people's eardrums by doing that. But, evil laughs are not really relaxing. Yeah, so yeah, you're right. I probably have never done an evil laugh because I didn't want to, like, you know, burst people. They're like sleep. They're just like soundly trying to fall asleep. And then you have like a... You know, that's gonna scare the crap out of you. You know what I mean? Who's gonna want to hear that? No one's gonna want to hear that. You're gonna be like blasted. No one wants that. No one wants that when they're falling asleep. I was thinking of an evil scientist when I did that one, so probably not Regal. That's definitely not the, you know. Nah, you certainly don't need to do that one. Yeah, no, you don't. I need to collab with Natasha. Exactly, exactly. I agree, Neb. I agree. Alright. Neko's evil laugh. We're probably like, yeah. You have fallen into my trap. Let's see. Neko. Oh, so it's funny. The next donation has to do with Neko. Neko, it says, so Neko says, Katori, you forgot me. How could you? Well, technically, I can't remember what we decided, whether or not, for Neko, I know that we just, is her, do we, I mean, technically, to be true, I guess it is true, on her trading card, her name is Neko. So, I guess it is Neko, because that was on her trading card. It wasn't like I came up with a C name for her. So yeah, I guess Tagger and Neko are the only two that have, non-C names. Mystery ASMR donated and said, I just noticed your Superwoman's outfit is based off the DCEU Superman Cavill, not DCU Cornsweat, because the chest logo actually looks like an S. I mean, yeah, I was just looking up, like, I probably just looked up, like, Superman, just Superman, and I probably just, like, looked at a bunch of images. Yeah, because it was a bit, I think I based it more off of, like, the DC animated one. Probably just like the comic version, because there's a bunch of comic, when you look up, you know, yeah, it's probably the comic version, because like all the comic ones and the animated series, the S, yeah, it's I definitely based it off the animated one, because I just, or probably like the original Superman from the 90s, if his looked like that too, which it does, now that I'm looking at it, but yeah, I whatever I did for the first one, I'm like, well, I guess that's gonna be her logo, because we gotta have continuity. So, and what is this? You know, I've been seeing that go around. DCEU. What does that mean? EU? What does that mean? I keep on seeing people. Extended Universe. What the heck is Extended Universe? Like, why not just call it DC? DCEU also includes comic books, short films, novels, and video games. So I guess it just like means like, it just means like everything, like movies and comics, I guess. I don't know. Even I'm not even well versed. The guy donated and said, I'm currently working with someone on my VTuber model. Hopefully next year I'll be a VTuber. Thanks for the influence, Kator. Oh, you're well. Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations. I hope you have a very successful VTuber career. Or, you know, I mean, I hope your model comes out well too. I mean, I'm sure it's exciting, you know, making something like completely new. So best of luck to you, and I hope everything turns out well. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations. Goodness, where am I at? Here we go. Michael Starr donated and said, Hi, Yakatori. Hope your day and past week have been good besides the Ovid incident. Yeah. This past Thursday, I went to the mall with my cousin and friends, and we found a new card game shop and a shop with the Sonic cookbook and other. That's cool. It's always fun to find like little like game shops or like shops for like hobbyists. So yeah, no, I'm glad you're able to find one in your local mall. That's always great. So and a Sonic cookbook, that sounds cool. My bro would like that. But yeah, no, thankfully I'm feeling better, so that's good. And yeah, I'm glad you had a very eventful Thursday, and I hope you're feeling well too. So thank you very much. Thank you. Mr. Wanapon donated and said, anyway, what I did in DinoCon is listen to the talks, ask questions, meet fellow dino lovers. I met the creator of Speculative Evolution himself. I've never heard of Speculative Evolution, but I'm glad you're able to meet him. That's pretty cool. It's always cool to like meet people who like, you know, you like their content or whatever they create. So that's cool, Mr. Wanapon. I'm glad you were able to do that. Oh, he also donated and said, P.S. Sorry if you didn't know about the last part. No worries. No. I mean, you know, thanks for letting me know. No worries at all. No worries. Inept, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Nep's been a member for 19 months and said, was in a bad mood because of work, but stream always manages to help. Also, thanks for putting up the pillows. I've been wanting to get the Tagger one. Yeah, I just ordered some more Orc and Dragon GF ones. I ordered them a long time ago, but I finally just got around to putting them up. It's been crazy trying to get things going. But yeah, no, I'm glad the stream has been able to help you, because I know, yeah, work can definitely sometimes put you in a bad mood. So yeah, I'm glad you're feeling a bit better, and I'm glad that I was able to put up some stuff you were looking for. So very glad about that. Parker Green donated and said, P.S. My granddad from Georgia passed away today. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, I'm so sorry for your loss. You know, I've lost a few grandparents myself, so it's definitely hard, and it's a weird transition, and obviously you're gonna be really sad. But I'm hoping, you know, with you and your family can heal and you know, look back on some really fond memories. So, but no, I'm really sorry for your loss. I hope you and your family are doing all right. Oh, whoa. The chat just flew everywhere. Garrick Anderson donated and said, I just had a thought on the other day, since they came out with the Ninja Batman and eventually Aztec Batman. What if they did Batman in the Avatar universe? I mean, they could. I'm not like, I mean, some universes are fun to cross over. I mean, all the universe crossing over stuff and alternate universe stuff, I'm not a super big fan of personally. Like, I think it'd be too weird, but I mean, who knows? Someone could make it work. Someone probably could. But yeah, I can't really imagine that. That sounds crazy. The guy donated and said, you said you wouldn't do the laugh like that because it would ruin the relaxing mood. Don't worry, YouTube ads got you covered there. LOL. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I even on my dashboard, like, all the time, it's like, you can increase your ad revenue if you put a bunch of mid-rolls in. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna be someone's gonna be trying to fall asleep and hear a Taco Bell ad. We're not doing that. So, yeah, YouTube's gonna be YouTube, you know? Arcanos donated and said, my boss asked me why I'm always sick on weekdays. I told him I have a weekend immune system. Oh my gosh. I mean, hey, maybe he'll give you points for creativity. You know what I mean? Maybe he'll be like, you know what? This is kind of funny. Sorry, hold on. I need some water. Whew. There we go. Let's see. Priest, an imam, and what is an imam? But a priest and a mom and a rabbit walk into a bar. Bartender asks the rabbit what they're doing there, or what they're doing here. And rabbit says, I don't know either. I'm only here because of autocorrect. Wait, is this supposed to be rabbi? I'm assuming. I see a priest, and I was looking at, like, the first sentence, and then I saw the rabbi because I was just excluding the T. So I'm assuming maybe a mim is also another religious leader, I'm assuming. So, no, that's funny. I'm only here because of autocorrect. Hey, at least the rabbit got to be included. AJ Koniki donated and said, I put something up in Twitter via info on moving into my dorm. Oh, that's cool. Moving into your dorm, eh? Yeah, no, it's I mean, I actually never was in a dorm when I went to college. I just commuted to class because I did not want to live in a dorm, I'm gonna be honest. My mom told me some stories about, like, dorm life, and I was like, that ain't for me. No, I hope your time in the, I mean, granted, I've heard some other people who've had like good experiences and like, you know, actually like making friends. It's kind of cool to have like all these neighbors. You build like a sense of community, which is probably one of the things I missed out on when I went to college. Honestly, I kept mostly to myself. No, I hope you know, you're able to like actually, you know, not have like too much stress in your dorm and make some pretty lit friends, you know. You know, it's always nice to make some dippy fresh friends. Shogo donated, said, please do your evil laugh again, beautiful. Sorry, I don't want to blast people's eardrums. That was a one-time deal. I don't want to hurt everybody's ears. And surprisingly, even though I said, oh, I'm feeling better, the more, since I've been talking for a bit, I have like this urge to cough for some reason. So for the sake of my throat, I'm not gonna do the evil laugh again. But I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked it. Ty donated and said, why can't clocks keep secrets? Because time will tell. Oh, Ty, you always manage to tell some good dad jokes. Even though dad jokes do turn me into a raisin. Neb donated and said, I couldn't help it. I immediately bought some standees, lol. Really? Oh my gosh. I just put those up before I started setting up my stream. I gotta see who's buying stuff. Don't worry, I won't say anybody's names. I'm just curious. Etsy, shut up. Actually, I gotta mail out something. I see you, Neb. I see you. He's not lying, you guys. He's not lying. He's telling the truth. He did buy some. I can see it right here. Oh yeah, some people already bought some stuff. Well, thank you, you guys. Cyberman donated and said, so the cauldron I will use to give candy for yeets. You give out some candy at Halloween to some yeets? That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. This year for Halloween, I really want to dress up the front door area. I want it to look even better, so I might invest. I thought I invested last year. I'm like, I'm investing again. So, you know, I'm gonna invest in some of the Halloween decorations again this year. Hopefully make some cool stuff. Shogo's been a member for 34 months and said, girl, are you a crystal ball? Cause I can't see my life without you. We got pickup lines, y'all. Now we going with the pickup lines. No, but thanks for being a member, Shogo. I appreciate it. Or continuing to be a member. You've been a member for a long time. Over a year. Over like 2 years, which is crazy. The guy donated and said, this is random, but the VTubers I listen to, including you, I'm a VTuber? That's kind of, I mean, I guess I use the model, so I guess I can't refute that. But I never really thought of myself as a VTuber, so that's interesting. That's interesting. But anyways, thank you. I lost my place. These relatively famous internet personas that keep their identity secret. You know what I mean? This is random, but the VTubers I listen to, in a sense, remind me of the Justice League. That's what I miss. Remind me of the Justice League. I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess it's probably a lot harder to keep your secret identity as a Justice League member because you're actually going out into the public as this persona and you're trying to like hide your identity while you're still showing yourself like physically. But I see what you mean. I can see what you mean. So yeah, like you're I mean, granted this is like a 3D model, no, 2D. This is a 2D rigged model. Yeah, I can see your point. I can see what you kind of mean. I mean, I wouldn't think of myself as on par with the Justice League, but I can see the dots that you're connecting. So interesting. I never would have thought of it that way. Whoa, whoops! Don't fly up so fast. Michael Starr donated and said, "Your brother would like the Sonic cookbook, you say? Have I found someone else to assimilate to the Sonic autism group? Oh my gosh. Tell Roy I'm coming for him. Also, Katori, do you like Pokemon?" Oh, no, Roy already really loves Sonic. Like, I think his favorite character is Tails. Like, when he was a kid, like, loved Sonic. Like, he had a Sonic birthday, I think, and I painted his face like Tails. It was really cute. Yeah, no, so he still likes Sonic too. It's not like it didn't go away with childhood, so he's still a part of the club, don't you worry. He loves Sonic. But no, I like Pokemon. I liked the original series. Like once Brock left, I was like, I'm out. So I did watch some of the Pokemon movies, the Pokemon series when I was younger. I never got into like the DS games or stuff like that. And I did collect cards, but I didn't like I didn't like play the card game itself. I just collected them like as a collection. So yeah, I will say I do like Pokemon. Of course I do, but I don't want to be like, when I say I like Pokemon, I know there's some people who really like Pokemon, like they played all the games, they played all the DS games, they played the card game, like, so I don't want to put myself up on their tier, because I know Pokemon fan tier goes very high. But I do like Pokemon. I like Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is my favorite. I love Bulbasaur. The Cobalt Coyote donated. Oh, I see ads. Get out of here. Get out of here, you ads. Get out of here. The Cobalt Coyote donated and said, Katori, your boys, Ace. Yeah, they're my favorite boys. By the way, I'm just saying that because that's literally one of their song names. Okay, I'm referencing a song. But anyways, yeah, okay, Ace, you have my attention. It says, your boys Ace got me again. They've had me playing Savage as an alarm clock at work for a week now. Bruh. That was applause. That's fantastic, dude. Man, their music's just good. I'm just being honest, okay? Like, they're not like, I know, like, I swear, okay? Especially if you guys like K-pop Demon Hunters, then just check out Ace. Honestly, you'll probably, but I will say, like, their music isn't like the mainstream K-pop stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like it has, they dabble a bit more in like EDM, more like, you know, like their music is definitely more fast-paced. It's a bit more intense. It's not as, they do have some slower songs too, but I don't know, their songs are really catchy. I feel like they don't have, I mean, obviously you're still gonna get a slight K-pop feel to it because it's like a bunch of dudes singing, but I will say, like, if you're gonna compare like BTS, who I'm not the biggest fan of, but BTS and Ace, completely different. So, I mean, all I'll say is, I mean, even if you're just like, man, I don't want to watch a bunch of singing dudes dancing, then just listen to the music itself. Just listen to the music, you know? I mean, it's great. Sadly, I will say, if you're gonna become a fan of Ace, they've recently, I don't want to say disbanded. They haven't disbanded, but they didn't re-sign back on with the company, which I was really sad about because they create some really good music. I mean, a lot of my favorite songs are from them. But what's the word? But yeah, so right now they're all doing their own like little solo careers. They're kind of working themselves and taking a break because they've been doing this for a while. But I think the only two that are still creating music right now, as far as I know, is I think Chan and Junhee. Chan's music, I will say, I'm not trying to. Okay, he's precious. He's very kind dude. But latest song came from him, wasn't a big fan of. June though, however, I have a feel it felt like an Ace song that he just did by himself. So, you know what, if you want to hear some more newer songs that sound very much like Ace, June is producing some songs and they sound pretty lit. He just made one called Supernova and it sounds really awesome. And it's all in English. So they do some English songs, which is really cool. So anyways, I'm gonna stop ranting about that. Sorry. If you ask me about Ace, I'm just gonna talk about it for a while. But no, cool. Well, I'm so glad that you're listening to some. I'd also recommend, if you like Savage, what's another one that they did that was really good? I don't know. I know Supernatural was one that came out that I liked, and Supernova, but I know they don't sound a lot like Savage, so maybe you wouldn't like those. I don't know. I'm losing my place. Holy smokes. Here we go. Mr. Wanapan donated and said, what do you call a one-eyed dinosaur? I don't know. What do you call it? And then he donated again and said, do you think he saw us? Do you think he saw us? Get it? Oh. No, thank you for spelling that out for me. No, that's very, very clever. Very clever. Mitch donated and said, my mate says he thinks it's weird Millie Bobby Brown just adopted a kid at 21. That is kind of crazy, though. I just heard that. That is kind of crazy. And he said, I just said, meh, to be honest, I've seen Stranger Things. Oh my gosh, dude. You guys love your puns. Very creative. Very, very creative. The guy donated and said, well, VTuber / ASMRist, can never pronounce that right after all these years, and can't tell whether you're Hawk Girl or Wonder Woman. Leaning towards Wonder Woman. Like if I'm more like Hawk Girl or Wonder Woman? I would say Wonder Woman. I've seen some media of Hot Girl, like I've seen her in Justice League, but like I don't know all of her lore. I just know her from Justice League because that's what I watched when I was a kid. I've seen a lot more from Wonder Woman. I have not seen the live action movies. I don't plan to, unless they redo it. If they do, hey, if they make a Wonder Woman for our new lovely Superman, then I'll watch it. I'll watch it. But anyways, yeah, I'll probably Wonder Woman. I'll say Wonder Woman. I'll say Wonder Woman. I'll be homies with Clark Kent. We'll be homies. Where am I at? My goodness. Michael Starr donated and said, I recommend Sonic music. It's so good and uses different genres too. Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic 2, Sonic 2006, and Sonic Unleashed are all good music-wise. I'm sure my brother would know what that is. He'd probably be like, oh yeah, no, this is my favorite. And I'd be like, I don't know anything. I've only watched Sonic X, so I only know the Sonic X song. Gotta go fast, you know, so. That is my knowledge. So I'm sorry, it's very limited. But no, thanks for the recommendations. I'm sure they are very good songs. Well, did I get caught up? I was like prepared to like, I was like, man, I'm like, how behind am I? Did I actually read everything? I feel like I didn't. But you know what? We gotta check on Ko-fi. We are probably behind on Ko-fi's. I'm so sorry for anybody who donated on Ko-fi and it took me forever. I apologize. I apologize. Bobby donated and said, so I found a new Chris Farley clip. Also, if you want, I can drop an evil laugh. That's totally up to you, Bobby. You're more than welcome to if you want to. Oh, this is fantastic. I've never seen this before. I've never really seen Chris Farley like be like a fancy man, you know, so this is kind of interesting. He's getting like killed in the dark. Poor Chris Farley. His screams are amazing. He's so good. It's such a shame that he's not here today. I love that man. Neb donated, oh, we have a little interaction or a little dialogue between Superwoman and Jinx. And Neko, my gosh, my voice. Let's see if I can, I'm gonna have to do some really big jumps here. Clearing my throat for what's to come. Let's see, Superwoman, so okay, so let me, it's always so hard. Usually for Jinx, I have to get into her voice, so it's gonna be hard. So I'm gonna start off with Superwoman, and I have to jump into Jinx. So we'll do our best. Well, I'll do my best, I guess. Let's see. All right, let me drink some more water before I do this. Okay. What is that? This is fish bones. Prepare to be vaporized. Well, okay. Wait, what? It says Neko running away with fish bones. Look, Superwoman, I caught a metal shark! Well, this was easy. Wait, so Neko's just grabbing fish bones away from Jinx? And she has some pretty nimble fingers, man. I feel like Jinx has a pretty good grip, but I guess, I mean Neko's part feline, so I mean being sneaky probably isn't beyond her. Probably very sneaky. That'd be a funny headcanon though, like, or headcanon, it could be canon. If I say it's canon, duh. But it'd be funny if like when Neko walks around the house like a cat, you can barely hear her, like she's very light on her feet. And so like she can like walk like right up behind you and be like, so how's it going? And you'll be like, holy crap, because you have no idea she was there. No! Why do you do this? You've not been on this whole time. It does this every single time. It never comes on, and then when I stream, it's like, you know what? It's feeling a little humid down here. Alright. Shush. I know you're just doing your job at making sure the basement isn't being overly humid and stuff, but you gotta shush. Alright, let's see. I think we got another donation from Babe. Let's see. he also said, if the Chris Farley clip doesn't work, I can send it again. Oh, no, it worked. I saw it. I definitely saw it. So, but thank you. Thank you for asking. Wait, Cheeto? What? Oh, it's one big sentence. It's just double space. I thought that was like a new line. I'm like, Cheeto? But I okay, never mind. I'm being dumb. Never mind. So this is Neko is speaking. It's one big long line. I'm not sure exactly what the reference is to yet, but maybe as I read it, I will understand. Neko says,
so the prince, a princess, Gandhi, Dr. Octopus, his ostrich all go to this giant flaming Cheeto.
This is pauses and realizes what she just said. I don't understand why she's saying this. I'm gonna be honest. I'm assuming this is a reference. I'm assuming this is a reference to something that I don't know. I think. Is this a... I think so. Maybe. I hope. I have no idea. I'm trying to realize what I just said. Shogo donated and said, I had a super hot date this Wednesday. She was quite the looker. She's absolutely breathtaking and her hands are so ethereal they're like a goddess. I sent pictures of us on our date in the Discord. By the way, we did not go on a date. I don't know what he's talking about. You know her very... Oh, when you said our date. I thought you meant like me and... Okay. Wait, so you know her very well. Okay. Well, Shogo, if you had a hot date with someone, let me see. Wait, where is it? There's so many messages in here. I can tell you had a joking tone, so I was wondering what you were talking about. He got the Baja Blast. The purple Baja Blast. Let's go. You know what? Having a date with the purple Baja Blast is great. That's so funny. That's so funny. Actually, I gotta get that. I know people were joking in the Discord saying, this is like Katori Baja Blast. This is essence of Katori. Like, when you drink it, you can hear thoughts of like, cook over well done steak. And I was just like, it's just funny stuff like that from what I was skimming through the chat. And you know what? I need to try it. I need to try, you know, essence of Katori. I need to like try, you know, it's me, so I gotta try it. I gotta try it. My gosh. Yeah, no, I still gotta, I'll have to go to my local Taco Bell and get some Wholesome Blast, you know? That's funny. I was trying to, I wondered what you were going at. I was wondering where you were gonna go with that, but you know, that's funny. The Cobalt Coyote donated and said, the songs I love from Ace are Callin', oh yeah, Calling, yeah, I like that one too. Cactus, Undercover, Effortless, and Goblin. Favorite voice. Yeah, Goblin's my favorite one, so by all means, help me out. Oh yeah, those are some of like the original, I don't want to say originals, but those are like, I would say like the newer one. I think the last, I know Down was one that came out that was in all English and was Supernatural. Those two both came out in English, which was pretty cool. So, and I like both of those. But if you're looking for one that has a bit more of a catchy tune, Down's a bit more of a calmer song. It's not like as, you know, like, it's still nice. I still like the song. But I would say if you're looking for something that's a bit more like, has like a dance, like almost like EDM, well, that's not, you know, just a bit more like, I guess, faster paced, I would say a Supernatural. Yeah, I would say Supernatural, because that one was really good. Has some whistling in it, which I think was really well utilized. You don't really hear whistling in songs anymore. Yeah, I know June himself, which I think sounds like very much, the style of the song feels very Ace to me. Probably because he's a part of Ace, duh. But he's producing his own songs now because the group's kind of taking a break. They didn't say they disbanded. They still own, thankfully, even after they left the company, they still own the name, and they said they're still going to create some stuff in the future, but right now they're taking a break. But he created something called Supernova, so I'd recommend Supernova and Supernatural to you. That is what I'd recommend. Oh, we are now behind some more donations. Oh my goodness. Hold up. I think the last one I read was from Michael Starr, I think. Yes. Neb donated and said, I hope the new Batman will be besties with Superman. Oh my gosh, I live for that. I live for it. I love how Batman and Superman are like homies, like they're best friends. Like in Young Justice, I thought it was great. Like it wasn't like a, like completely like, it wasn't like a, they weren't like, they went to eat at a diner because Batman needed to talk to Superman. And it wasn't super happy-go-lucky time because it was like a serious thing. But I thought it was cute how like he invited him to eat there and almost seemed like it was normal, like they probably do this regularly, but instead he's like, nah man, we gotta talk, you can't be treating Superboy this way, you know. Which I will say the Young Justice Superman isn't as gentle, I think, as Superman's supposed to be. He's a bit more like tough exterior, and I'm like, bro, Superman would not be treating Superboy this way. Come on dude, come on, don't be mean to the kid. But anyways, but anywho, I thought it was cute how they met up and they ordered their stuff like they already knew what they were gonna order. I'm like, do they do this regularly? Do they like eat out at the cafe as best friends? Are you guys best friends? That's what I want. That's all I ever wanted. I just want, you know, and I'm sure there's other media that I just don't know about because I haven't read like all the comic books or anything. But if there was ever a series of just Batman and Superman just being homies, like just them just like spending time together doing random crap while they're Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent, like I would watch that. I would absolutely watch that. I would watch the crap out of that. Even if it's like super boring and they're going to like, I don't know, going to like Office Depot to get staples or something, like I would watch that. Or they gotta wait in line at a Chinese restaurant because it's taking too long. Like it's just like they're just waiting for a table. I'm like, man, it's taking forever. I'd watch that. Anyways, that was a long response. But anyways. Oh, Jay, it's Jay. Oh my gosh. Jay donated and said, not gonna lie, K-pop Demon Hunters was peak for real. Yeah, sadly, I didn't like it that much. I watched it. I think I finally watched it all the way through, but I wasn't a big fan. But I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. A lot of people really do seem to like it. Pizza Guy donated, and we also, Jay, it's nice to see you. I know that you've been really busy and stuff, so I'm glad to see you hop in. I hope you've been well. Pizza Guy donated and said, I feel the college commuter stuff is, I feel that college commuter stuff hard. I started college right when COVID hit, so the lack of community was only exacerbated. Yeah. It's why I was viewing law school as a second chance at that. Graduating debt-free was nice though. Yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons to both, right? Like, living on campus, you have more chances at, you know, meeting people, having a community, you know, because you're always there, and there's probably more clubs and stuff that you can be a part of because you don't have to drive back and forth, and you're just, you know, like you can just quickly, you know, go to something, go back to your dorm, you know, and, you know, or you don't have to, like, you know, commuting does take a lot out of, you know, being able to do things on campus. So, but then you also get to kind of, you know, have your own room if you're commuting. You know, you don't have to live with other people in the dorm, which might create friction, and, you know, you're also saving money. So it's just, you know, there's pros and cons to both. I mean, it's not to say that if you commute, you can't still, like, be a part of clubs and do stuff, but it's a bit harder, and it's not as enticing because you're like, oh man, I'm gonna have to drive all the way there to just go to this club for, like, however long it's going to be, then I have to drive back, and I got class tomorrow, so it's like, then you decide not to do it. So, you know, it's you'll have to weigh both options, and, you know, one really isn't better than the other. It's kind of just what you're looking for, I guess. And I guess if you have the money to stay in a dorm, because dorms are really, really, really expensive. Or they can be anyways. Dang. But I'm glad you graduated debt-free. That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. Daniel donated and said, or Daniel's Hagen or Shagun or Sean, the Daniel. Daniel donated and said, thanks for another awesome stream today. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for coming to the stream today. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ty donated and said, good news, Superman 2025 reached $600 million globally. That's awesome. I really liked the movie, so I'm glad it's doing well, because I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love that Superman, man. That was great. Fantastic. He did such a good job. Such a good job. Bless his heart. He's precious. We must protect him. Anyways, that's all I will say. Arcanus donated and said, Not sure if this ever got asked before, but what kind of style do you think Clara / Spider-Girl has when she's just being Clara out of costume? I don't know. I feel like she's a bit more... I still feel like she makes a bit... I don't know everything. Like, my main knowledge that comes from Spider-Man is mainly through the, you know, Tobey Maguire movies, you know, the original Spider-Man trilogy. I have watched The Amazing Spider-Man, you know, with Andrew Garfield, which actually I learned to appreciate that one. Before I really didn't like it, but I watched it again a few years later, and it's actually not bad. It's actually not bad. So, you know, he doesn't deserve all that hate. He was actually he seemed like when he played Spider-Man, he was much more witty and kind of like playful, which I think was a bit more truer to the comics. You know, that was good. But anywho, my whole point is I think she's... Like, what kind of Spider-Man? Like, how is Clara out as being Spider-Girl? I feel like that wittiness and that sarcasticness, that playfulness that Spider-Man / Spider-Girl / woman has, is I feel like she's a bit more playful, like IRL, not like, you know, like in as Clara Carter versus like what Peter Parker would be. I feel like, you know, maybe Peter Parker's a little more quiet, a little bit more whatever. I feel like she's a little bit more outgoing as Clara, you know, than what you would expect from Clara Carter. You know, usually you expect her to be a bit more, you know, not as cocky, not as playful, a little more quiet, like, you know, just like, you know, or like how, like, if you're picturing her like how Peter Parker was in the trilogy in the, you know, Tobey Maguire series, I feel like she's not like that. I feel like she's not as, like, obviously as confident as Spider, you know, Girl is, because, you know, when you put on the suit, you know, you just become a whole different person. But I feel like she still has a bit of that sass there, you know, in as Clara Carter, but I feel like she's a bit more reserved. But it's kind of just like Spider-Girl toned down a little bit. But I wouldn't say she's you know, like super quiet and reserved or anything like that, if that makes sense. Cyberman donated, and it's something that Neko says. So Neko says,
"Hey, Katoris, I got my standee at last."
Oh, you did? Awesome! Thank you so much. Yeah, he did. Yeah, it's right here. I was curious. I was like, let's see. No, awesome. I'm so, thank you so much for getting the standee. I will try to mail all those out as soon as I can. So thank you guys so much. Mitch donated and said, "An ostrich buried its head in the sand once, then a lion came to tell him, A, I can still see you, and B, that's my litter box." Dude, that's pretty devastating. That ostrich needs to get out of there. That ostrich needs to get out of that sand. Michael Starr donated and said, "Would you consider seeing the Sonic movies?" I have seen the Sonic movies. I sadly did not really like the second or third one. They just, I sadly just didn't like them. You know, I know a lot of people did like them, but I just was, I don't know. I was sadly bored most of the time. I was not, I don't know. I liked the first one. I felt like the first one was just very memey. It felt like, you know, I felt like it, you know, even though it was a bit slapsticky, like it was still like, it encompassed like how we felt about Sonic and like who Sonic was, and it was just great. So I actually enjoyed the first Sonic movie, and I liked how they incorporated that Sonic drawing, the one that's always on the internet. Like, that was fantastic. So I actually did enjoy the first Sonic movie. But the other two, I didn't really like it. I didn't really like them. So, I mean, if you like them, that's great. I mean, I know there's a lot of Sonic fans who really liked it, and obviously they're getting more movies because a lot of Sonic fans like the movies. So, I mean, I'm really happy that you guys get more movies because obviously you enjoy them. But for me, I didn't really like them. I only liked the first one. Where am I at? Here we go. Garrick Anderson donated and said, what if you did a GF based on the tall tale? Wait, one of the tall tale. I'm not sure what you mean. The tall tale? I don't know what that is. I'm assuming... Is it a tall woman? Well, I'm assuming it's a tale. It's probably folklore, maybe. But yeah, I'm not really sure what that is, sadly. Bobby donated and said, also one thing I found, one thing I found funny about Tuesday's audio, she sneaks in through the front door addressing the security guard. Wait, what? I found funny, but she sneaks in. I don't think she talked to the security guard. I think she just asked someone to let her in. I think there was some, like, a person who lived in the dorm. At least this is how I was trying to put it across. I mean, if you interpreted it like that, I guess it makes it more funny. But I think what she meant is there was just, like, I think it's because this happened to me. I wasn't trying to go into... Okay, let me rephrase this. I did not sneak in anyone's dorm. But the way I had to meet with a counselor and the way that the building was, it's so dumb. But, like, the office was in, like, one of the dorms. And you had to get in with, like, a key card or something. And, like, I didn't live there. So I was like, how do I get in here? So I had to wait. So thankfully, some dude was going in there and he's like, oh, do you need to get in? I was like, oh, yeah. I was going to explain to him the situation because I didn't want him thinking I was trying to sneak in. He's like, oh, don't worry. And he just key carded me in. I was like, oh, thanks. So I was using that experience being like, it'd be funny if she was trying to sneak into the dorm and then some person just let her in, like, whether they were inside or outside. And so, yeah, but hey, I mean, if it was actually a security guard, that'd be even funnier. But yeah, that's what I meant when I said that. So sorry if it was a bit confusing. Mr. Smee. Smee has been a member for 34 months and said, just say no to drugs. Exactly, kids. Say no to drugs. Well, if I'm talking to drugs, I probably already said yes. Wait, wait, hold on. These jokes always go over my head, so let me read this again. Just say no to drugs. Well, if I'm talking to drugs, I probably already said yes. Oh, so like if you're talking to, like, if you're already talking to drugs. Wait, well, don't say yes. Don't say yes, Mr. Smee. Crap, I'm losing my place. Jack Nano donated and said, joke, I hear the Navy is training dolphins to carry first aid kits. It's for the medical porpoises only. Medical porpoises. Well, you know, at least the porpoises will be safe. You guys think 2 and 3 are better? That's crazy to me. Mr. Shmee's like, I don't understand, like, how you like the first one better, and 2, 3. I don't, that blows my mind, because, like, I mean, if it in my head, like, my brain's completely disagreeing, because, like, I was not entertained at all by the second or third one, which is just, it's crazy. Isn't it just crazy how someone can completely love a movie? They're like, this one's way better than this movie, and then you're like, what are you talking about? That movie sucked. So it's just like, it's so crazy how, like, people will have likes and dislikes for things, and, like, there's really nothing. It's just the way your brain's hardwired or something. It's just, so that's interesting to me. That's so interesting how, like, the movies that I think were just not good, you're like, those were the best out of the 3. Like, those 2 were better than 1, and I thought 1 was the best one. So that's just so interesting. It's just interesting how people work. You know, I mean, I guess if everyone liked the same thing, then it'd be pretty boring in the world, but it's just interesting. It's just so interesting. Garrick Anderson donated and said, tall tales like Paul Bunyan or John Appleseed? Probably not. I don't think I'd probably do a video that's about those. I'm not really super into those genres, but no, thanks for letting me know. Now I guess that's what you meant by tall tales, so I understand now. I thought maybe there was something named Tall Tale, but you mean like, you know, the older tales, like, you know, like Paul Bunyan and John Appleseed and all that. So yeah, I don't think I'll be doing anything in that genre per se, but thank you for the suggestion. Well, yeah, Mr. Smee, that's probably why. He's like, because if it's more actual Sonic stuff, if you were just a real... I'm not trying to be a real Sonic bro. I definitely would never claim to be a real Sonic bro. I only watch Sonic X. That's my... I watched Sonic X and I played the Sonic Surfers video game. That is my knowledge. But yeah, obviously that makes sense. I mean, if they had a lot of references in those movies, then you're excited to see those references. So every time a reference comes up on screen, you're like, oh my gosh, that's from blah, blah, blah. Or, oh my gosh, this is from this game, or this is from, you know. So obviously, of course, if they're referencing all these different things, then people are going to get excited every time they see that. So you're going to like the movie because you appreciate the references. So for people who, you know, just know Sonic base level, or, you know, even me who just watched Sonic X, you know, if you don't get all the references, or, you know, it's not as fun. It just seems like, okay, this is just kind of like a regular storyline here going on. But, you know, it's, yeah, so of course all the Sonic, real Sonic fans, we want to call it, you know, are gonna like it more because, you know, it means more to them. So that probably makes sense then. Why is this highlighting everything? Don't highlight everything. That makes it hard to click on stuff. No, no, no. Ah, here we go. Going back to Ko-fi, because we're probably really behind on there too. Okay. Chaos Mash donated and said, you should check out the radio dramas of Superman Doomsday and Beyond and Batman Nightfall by Dirk Maggs on YouTube. Ooh. Oh, cool. So it's like a story being told, I'm guessing. Hey, that might be nice. I mean, I usually listen to documentaries or stuff like that, like when I draw. So I'll try to check that out then. Maybe I'll listen to that while I draw sometime this week. Thank you for the suggestion, Chaos Mash. Shogo said, I found this picture of us and what it would look like if we both sat down next to each other. It's 100% spot on. Let me guess. Is it the Baja Blast? Holy crap, what do you think? My thighs are that big? Okay, I gotta check my thigh now. Okay, it's not that big, Shogo. My thigh is not that big. Holy crap. Yeah, I mean, if you push down anyone's thigh, obviously it's gonna expand, but yeah, my thigh is not that big. It's not that big. Shrink it at least by like, at least an inch inwards. But no, that is, the comparison is pretty funny. Let's see. Neb donated, and so, oh, this is Corinth. Oh, that's Krith. Okay, that's the, Krith is the alien, I remember. I was like, who is that? So it's a dialogue between the pirate, our four-fingered Claire, and Krith. Sarith. Her name's Sarith, right? Sarith. I think that's what I named her. So, oh crap, I gotta get Claire's voice. Dang it. What does she sound like? I think she talks a little bit like this, I think. It's not exactly, I wouldn't say but we're gonna have her sound like this just for the moment, because I don't exactly know how she sounds. So, okay, so she's dizzy. So she's like, oh, where am I? Hello, Earthling. You're on my ship. I think I might have had too much rum. Oof. And she passes out. Oh dear. Normally this always happens when we bring Earthlings onto the ship. Thankfully, this one didn't throw up. Oh man, I couldn't. I could not have that job. If I had to bring people onto the ship and like they would like have the chance of throwing up, I would not be able to take that job. I couldn't. I would like run away. That would be terrible because I'd be leaving them there on the ground. So yeah, no, I couldn't have that. So Sarith is she's a trooper. She's a trooper if she has to deal with that. An absolute trooper. Cobalt Coyote donated and said, last thing concerning Ace. Well, by all means, ask me anything you want. I've been sneaking them into the animations and one extra video I put on my Patreon because of copyright lately. Also, I drew some mermaids using your merch on Twitter a while back. Wait, what? I drew some mermaids using your merch. Oh, using mermaids like dressed up in my merch? That's cool. Thank you. Hey, I mean, if there's any way to sneak Ace in anywhere, you know, they're great. They have great music. They're very talented. You know, then yeah, by all means, I would never discourage you from doing so. So, no, that's awesome. That's awesome, Cobalt. I'm glad you're having fun with it. Wicked Penguin donated and said, so funny story. I got into a heated discussion with a teenager and a 6-year-old. Their argument. Who would win a fight, Power Rangers or TMNT? Me being an adult asks, why would they be fighting? They're like, oh, they like have similar likes, dislikes, and both kick villains' butts. I mean, that is true. I don't know why they would get in a fight in the first place, but who would win? I mean, if we're being realistic, I feel like, well, first of all, as you said, I don't know why they'd be fighting in the first place. I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and I love Power Rangers. Power Rangers is like a part of my childhood. I love it a lot. They're a part of the Fortnite season and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can get the Blue Ranger. So anyways, I'm excited about that, as you can tell. But I guess if you're thinking of it from a realistic standpoint, like if we're just like looking at it at face value and not like, you know, like why would they be fighting? Because obviously that doesn't make any sense. But they have a Megazord, right? Like they have a massive, like, machine operated, like, weapon. And I mean, as far as I know from the media I've seen, I don't know everything about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but you know, they're ninjas, you know? So they're still great fighters. They're still like insane. And I would not say that they're weak by any means, but like if you have the Megazord, right, against them, like, I can't imagine that they would win. But, I mean, I'm not here to throw shade at the Turtles, because I love the Turtles. Michelangelo's my favorite. But, you know, yeah, I mean, if I would imagine if I had to guess, I would think the Power Rangers would win. But, you know, I wouldn't want them to fight in the first place, because that's just weird. Why would you fight? It's like Batman and Superman. Why are they fighting? I know it's on some random Earth in a random AU, but I don't care. It doesn't make any sense to me. But anyways, I digress. Anywho, please, Kofi, please load. There we go. Shogo donated and said, I have a theory that dogs evolutionized the genie lamps. That's why humans are always petting them, just like how we used to rub lamps. Oh my gosh. They just got hairier with 4 legs to adapt to the environment. That is the craziest thing I've ever heard. What are you talking about? They evolutionized from genie lamps. I must disagree with you, Shogo. That sounds like a crazy dream someone would have. And then they just start like, hey, you know, this makes a lot of sense. And then you're like, what are you talking about? That's crazy. Oh, it's a 2-part donation. Okay, let me get up both parts. It's from Inept. Let us see. It is, we have a lot of characters. Maybe we have 3. So we have Superwoman, Spider-Girl, and Housekeeper. Okay. I'm just gonna, just for the sake of being able to understand who's who, I'm just gonna make Superwoman have a deeper voice. Obviously, you know, her voice is a little bit similar to Spider-Girl's. I would say it sounds a bit more calm, a bit more professional. But just for the sake of it not being confusing, we're just gonna make Superwoman's voice a bit deeper. So Superwoman says, and then she tied me. Then she tried to trap me in a pocket dimension. Oh, number one, she's mad. And then she tried to trap me in a pocket dimension. And I thought I had it rough. Will the check be together or separate? No pockets. Do you mind covering? I don't have any either. Normally Bats covers it. Oh no, some disaster is happening. I must flee for safety and forget about this bill. I swear I'll pay you back later. Yeah, you're right. They gotta go to eat and they're like, oh, yeah, no pockets. Yeah. Mind covering. It'd be funny if, like, Superman or Superwoman goes on a date with Lois Lane, and then she's like, don't worry, hun, I got this. And then she's like, ooh. No pockets. You mind covering this, Lois? Oh, I think we have another donation from Babe. Let us see. This is... Oh, it's just me and Neko. Okay, this will be a breeze. I can be myself. Let's see. So, Neko, where are you going?
On a date.
With whom?
Grandpa Buff.
Grandpa Buff? You mean the Grandpa Buff?
Yeah.
The B-52 bomber Grandpa Buff? The massive plane? You got a date with that Grandpa Buff?
Jealous?
Sometimes this cat. Actually, I don't even know who that is. I'm gonna be honest. Grandpa Buff. I've never heard of that. I don't... Wait, is that a plane? Now I'm just getting pictures of buff grandpas. Wait, is she going on a date with an actual plane? I'm not even sure anymore. Either way, either way it's funny, whether it's a plane or a buff grandpa, I guess. Oh, we have a 3-part donation from Shogo, so let's see what it says. Shogo donated, said, philosophical question. Okay. I walked into the greenhouse to water the plants and said out loud, alright gang, who's thirsty? And I kid you not, you could feel an aura over the plants, like they all just smiled and looked happy to see me come in to water them. It was crazy. You could see a glow come over all of them like they were totally alive. And then it hit me, just like how all the trees are alive, carrots, zucchini, and potatoes are alive too. And I was wondering, how could a vegetarian justify eating veggies and not meat when plants are alive just as much as any animal? It just seemed really strange to me. I'd rather be a fruitarian where I only eat apples and strawberries so the plants can live. Yeah, I mean, I guess like philosophically speaking, I guess the reasoning behind that is probably because, which, I mean, I guess you don't really know everything about everything. I mean, I'm sure there's still like some scientific, you know, there's still like some discoveries that still have to be made about the natural environment. But, you know, I guess like they don't have like the same nervous systems as like, you know, like non-vegetative things. So like, you know, they say that they don't feel pain like, you know, other mammals and, you know, other things like that. But I mean, you know, I guess we don't really know, right? We don't know everything about plant systems, so I guess, you know, you could argue one way or the other, but I guess like in a sense, from what we know, it seems like, you know, sentience and all that, and I mean sentience, but like just, I guess, you know, feeling, I guess. I mean, I don't know how much plants can feel, but I guess as far as I know, that they don't feel, obviously, you know, as much as an animal would, but I guess philosophically that would be the reason why. But I think I even know, I'm trying to remember if this is true. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But I think there's even like some people who are vegetarians that don't eat roots of things. Like they'll eat the byproducts of plants, but they won't eat anything that's the root because then that kills the plant. I can't remember what it's called, but I swore there was something that who does that. But I think there's some people who actually don't eat roots at all because they don't want to like kill the plant or anything like that. So I mean, hey, if you're that worried about it, just don't eat roots. You know, I mean, you trim some leaves, some lettuce leaves here. You take some things there. I mean, obviously you won't be able to eat carrots, which is kind of sad. But you know, I mean, isn't those vegans? I think you can. No, vegans still eat carrots. It's something else. Vegans means you don't eat any sort of animal products. Like vegetarians can eat, like, you know, butter and honey and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's all on how you look at things. It's gonna be all on your own personal philosophy. But yeah, no, I will say, like, I do think there's, I mean, it has been proven that plants, in some sense, especially trees, are able to like communicate with each other, like in certain ways, not like we do. But you know, I do believe that there's some sort of, you know, communication that they have or something. I don't think they're, you know, like sentient or anything. But you know, I mean, yeah, who knows? You know, maybe maybe there's more to meets the eye. You never know. But I mean, if that was true, I would personally love that. I love nature. I love the environment. Granted, if that were true, I would never be able to eat again. But but yeah, you know, so interesting. No, but I'm sure regardless of whatever sentience they have, whether it's some or none, I'm sure they were thankful for the water regardless, Shogo. I gotta find where I left off with the super chats. Here we go. Garrick Anderson donated and said, have you given more thought on the secret identity GF where she tries to keep her hero persona secret from the listener but leads to comedic situations like accidentally ripping a door? Well, I mean, I'd have to make a whole superhero character because at the moment our Spider-Girl and our Superwoman, their significant other already knows that, you know, their identity. I mean, we could still bring that in, you know, I honestly, I thought about, I was considering doing that with the first super woman audio. I thought maybe that's how the listener finds out. Like, they're just outside, they're going in the car, and she rips off the door, and they're like, did you just rip off the door? So, it was an easier transition for them to slowly figure it out as when they were already in the apartment. It was a bit more calmer that way versus like all this car noise and ripping off doors. I'd have to find a way to sound like a car door was ripped off. No, that is a really funny idea. I wish I was able to utilize it. Maybe I can still somehow utilize it in the Superwoman audios in a way. But yeah, we still have Cypress, you know, the original, like, you know, superhero that I created myself. But yeah, again, the listener already knows, so I'd have to come up with a totally another superhero, which at the moment I don't have that in me. But I still like that idea, so maybe I'll use it sometime. I honestly think ripping off the door is really hilarious. So Yo Soy Yo donated and said, would your Superwoman get along with characters such as John Constantine, Red Hood, Lobo, or Peacemaker? Okay, hold on. I know who Peacemaker is. John Constantine. Oh wait, this is the guy. Okay, I've seen him before. I don't know a lot about him though, but I've seen him before, so I can't really speak to that because I don't know. Okay, Red Hood. I do know who Red Hood is. And then Peacemaker. I only know a little bit about Peacemaker. Lobo? I don't know much about Lobo, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like Superwoman is she's a bit more gentle and she's not as like memey as Spider-Girl, so I feel like I don't know if she'd necessarily get along with Peacemaker from what I've seen. Maybe in some instances, maybe. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like those are, I don't know much about John Constantine. I feel like Superwoman, honestly, probably, I don't know who she'd get along with. She'd probably I mean, I'm trying to remember the story of Peacemaker because I've only seen some content of it, and I've only seen like some funny clips and stuff like that, but I haven't seen like the full on like story of Peacemaker and who he is. So it's hard for me to answer because I don't know. I mean, I can't remember. Wait, hold on. Maybe it has a quick summary and it will refresh my memory from the clips that I've seen. Mercenary who believes he's pursuing freedom and peace when he's really just killing people. Okay, yeah, probably not. She probably wouldn't get along with Peacemaker if that's the case. So, maybe she'd get along with Red Hood. I feel like she'd get along with people in the Bat family, you know, in general, except for Damian. Although she would bite her tongue with Damian. She'd be like, okay, kid, you know, okay, you know, all right, okay, I see you, kiddo, okay. You know, like, she just kind of would, like, let it be and be like, you know, Batman just has to discipline this child. Or Batwoman has to discipline this child. It's not my place, not my place. So yeah, probably Red Hood, if I had to pick. I mean, John Constantine looks like an A-OK guy from what I've seen, so probably those two if I had to pick. Neb donated and said, did you ever see the 2017 Power Rangers movie? Personally, I liked it. It's like the superhero version of Breakfast Club. I have not. Isn't that the one where they actually brought back the original, like, Power Rangers? Am I right about that? Let me look that up. 2017 Power Rangers movie. This is the original? Does it have the original cast? Or no? Is this the original? I know there was some media where they brought back, like, they actually, like, brought back the original cast for, like, a portion of the show or the movie. I can't remember if it was this one or if it was a totally different show. But no, I haven't seen the movie. I mean, hey, I mean, if you think it's pretty good, I mean, I like Power Rangers, you know, I like the original Power Rangers, so, you know, maybe I'll give it a watch one day. Maybe I'll give it a watch. Which means, like, so is your Superwoman the kind of Superwoman who wears a miniskirt and tights, or is she the one that wears her underpants on the outside? I'm still trying to decide on the design. She does not wear a skirt. I definitely don't want her wearing a skirt. That's, dang it, I typed in 17 and that was it. Dang it. What'd I do? There we go. No, now I'm sad. Oh my gosh, me laughing looks like I'm sobbing. Oh my goodness. There we go. All better. I type in 2017, ruins everything. I guess it makes it for a funnier stream that way, I guess. But yeah, no, she does not wear a skirt. I'm still trying to decide on a design whether or not the underpants on the outside will look okay or work. Thankfully, I have time to figure that out since, you know, the thumbnail only shows, you know, the chest up usually. But yeah, no, she does not have a skirt. Cause like, there's really, I don't know. I mean, she's the version of, like, she's like the woman version of Superman. And, you know, so, you know, I know Supergirl, her design obviously has a skirt. So, like, you know, Supergirl's design is Supergirl, but since this is Superwoman, I never envisioned her having a skirt. But yeah. So I'll have to, you know, if eventually I do a full, you know, drawing of her, I'll have to figure that out. But at the moment, I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna do it where it looks good. I mean, obviously Superman rocks it, so maybe I can find a way for her to rock it too. But, yeah, she doesn't have a skirt. But yeah, she probably will have, most likely, very similar to what he has. Most likely she's gonna be wearing the underpants on the outside. The guy donated and said, JW, what does that mean? Hold on. I'm out of the times. Just wondering. Okay, I think it means just wondering. Just wondering, would you ever incorporate... Whoopsie. Why is the YouTube tab acting like this? Don't do that. Just wondering, would you ever incorporate eating ASMR into your vids? No. No. We ain't doing that here. I'm not... Okay, no, obviously, no shade to anyone who does that. Obviously, you know, you do. But I can't stand eating sounds. I would not be able to edit it. I just could not. I mean, I know like the only time I think someone ate in the audio was like if someone's like drinking or sipping something, or I think there was one where it was meant to be comedic, like Neko was eating some candy bars, but it wasn't like she was chewing into them. Like you could just kind of, it sounded like she was talking while she was eating, you know, she was kind of like that. I actually was eating a Snickers bar while I was doing that. I wanted it to sound real, but that was were like the only times I ever ate during an audio. It was either, you know, meant to just be like sipping tea or meant to be more comedic. But yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna be doing like flat out eating ASMR. Like it's just not for me. So yeah, sorry, sorry, I probably won't be incorporating that. So, you know, again, I'm not here to like, bash eating ASMR. Some people like to listen to it. That's totally fine. You know, that's not what I'm saying, but just for me, it's not my thing. So no, you might get some funny comedic at Neko eating candy bars every once in a while, but that's probably all we're gonna get. Mystery ASMR donated and said, "Nothing better than meeting a tsundere tomboy at a formal occasional who likes your suit but thinks hers is better." I mean, hey, you know, you guys can both look dippy fresh, okay? You guys can both look great. But I mean, if she does look pretty good, I mean, I'm trying to shrug and I can't shrug, it makes me mad. But I mean, you know, maybe she looks really sweet in the suit. You know, I don't think I've ever worn a suit. Maybe I need to own a suit. I need to get a suit. You guys. I feel like I'd look great in a suit. I gotta put my hair up in a high ponytail, you know? Maybe put it in a bun or something. I feel like I'd look good in a suit. I gotta own a suit now. I gotta put that on my to-do list. Get a suit. Bobby donated and said, "Fun fact, sunflowers can bring up nutrients from the soil. This has helped my dad's tomatoes. So another win for sunflowers. My fave, flower still." That's cool. I tried to grow sunflowers in my garden. I could just never get them. I just could never get them to grow. You know, it could just be the way I'm doing it or whatever, but it would never take. It's probably because there's a lot of trees where I'm at. So, there's a lot of shade, so obviously sunflowers need sun. So I tried to plant it in sunny areas, but probably there's a portion of the day where it's in the shade, so that's probably why. But no, I'm glad sunflowers are working out for you. I love sunflowers. They're very pretty. They're big flowers. They're biggins. But yeah, I didn't know that. That's cool that they bring up nutrients. Don't sunflowers also help with radiation? Weren't they didn't they prove to help radiation or like toxins in this way? I can't remember what it was, but I thought it was something like that. But anywho, because I remember like didn't they plant like sunflowers like around like certain like like waste areas or something? I can't remember. I could be wrong, but I swore I heard that from somewhere. Ty donated and said, if you want to play a great DC game, play DC Universe Online. It's free. Huh. Interesting. I didn't know. The more you know. Dude, I'm gonna have to reload this tab. Why is it like... Dude, what the heck? I gotta get... Maybe I have to... Please live. Why are you dying? Live. This tab needs to live. YouTube tab is like having a seizure. Alright, we're just gonna reload you because it's not even responding. Reload. Reload. Thank you. Hopefully it reloads. Otherwise, like, that's not gonna be good if it doesn't reload. You know what, Kokiri? I agree. I think you'd look good in a skirt. You know what? Try it out, dude. Don't let your dreams be dreams. If anybody wants to try to you want to try some new fashion, just do it. You know what I mean? Like, you only live once. You know, we're all gonna, pass away one day. You might as well just do it. My goodness. There we go. Sorry, the tab was like not responding. I was like, dude, come on. Here we go. I was like, where's the Ko-fi tab? I saw some Ko-fis coming. Some Sheffy donated and said, "Heyo, how have you been? I've been watching for a while. Just wanted to get in my dono, but I digress. I wanted to add to someone's previous dono. No rush on adding more Jinx, as much as I would love an endless amount. I think taking a step back for a bit can give you some good ideas." Yeah, honestly, I was just really happy to do Jinx because it was really fun, and I think once we did the proposal, I was like, shoot, where do we go from here? You know, it's just marriage after that, and it's gonna be really hard to do a wedding, you know? I mean, it's not like I'm out of ideas per se, because there's a lot you can do with Jinx, but I guess it's ideas that I can execute. Because I usually just improv. I do improv. That's how all my videos are done. I think that's usually best for me. Sometimes I read scripts, but I feel like they sound better when I'm just talking to myself. It's just flows a bit better in my opinion. But yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that, you know, me just kind of, leaving her there for a little bit and then coming back, we'll have a nice video after that. But yeah, no, I've been good, just busy, tired, very tired. I hope you've been good too, Sheffy. So thanks for stopping in to give a dono. I really appreciate it. Wicked Penguin donated and said, "Okay, here's a thinker of a question for you. Is there ever a character that you don't like for a very petty reason? For example, you would normally like this character, but for one reason, this one thing bothers you." I don't know. I know, I'll say this, but even after I watched it, like before, I'm trying to think. I know for Star versus the Forces of Evil, it's a show that was on Disney, and I know I did not like the character Star because she reminded me of a girl that I knew in college that I just kind of just didn't like very much, and it was just like she was overly obnoxious or whatever. So when I saw that character, I was like, I don't like this character. But I don't know if like that's like, but I guess in rewatching it again. Like, cause I forgot when I rewatched it recently. I watched some of it again. And I still, actually, even though, like, I wasn't even thinking about, you know, I think since it's been, like, a few years since I've seen that girl, I wasn't thinking about her anymore. And I think I still don't really like the character because she seems like she's just too impulsive for me. But I'm trying to think of, like, a petty reason why I didn't like a character. So to me, that seemed petty. But even still now, when I don't associate that character with that person anymore, I'm not really fond of her. So I'm trying to think, like, what's a petty reason why I don't like a character? Like, you know, an actual petty reason. Like, I mean, you know, there's characters where I just don't like their characterization, like, which I don't think is petty, but like a petty reason why I don't like a character. Because I'm sure there's one. You know, I mean, it's probably, I don't know. I'm trying to like think of like all the shows that I've watched since like childhood, because I'm sure there's one character for like a petty reason I was like, I don't like you, like for like no reason. Especially a character that you said I would normally like. A character that I would normally like, but for some reason I don't like them. I don't know. Goodness, I don't know. Because, I mean, usually the characters that I don't like are just because usually they're characters that I don't like. I don't think there's ever been a character that I would normally like that I didn't like, you know, for like a petty reason. So, I don't know. I actually don't know. If I ever figure it out or come up with it, I will let you know. I'm actually really curious now. I feel like I need to like... I have no idea. I mean, there's really no character where I don't have like a legitimate reason, you know, like, you know, at least why I wouldn't like them. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, everyone's gonna like a character and everyone's gonna dislike a character. It's gonna be, you know, potato for some people. You know, there's always gonna be characters that people like or dislike. But like, you know, a character that I would normally like. I mean, I usually the characters that I like are pretty, you know, in the same bubble. So I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, now I'm thinking about that. I don't know. I was hoping to find an answer. Anywhoosies. Cyberman donated and said, "So me and Bobby and Egrich have been enjoying Elania's streams, and we have been making memes to make her laugh and even survive a demon cat. So here's one of the memes I made. That's cute. Let me see. Cat, taste your blood, Elania. Don't eat me. Wait, what? I'm assuming the cat accidentally licked blood or something. What? I'm assuming there's context to it, but that's cute. Shogo said, if you had a business suit and wore a high ponytail, I would fly through all my walls. Well, please be very careful, Shogo. We don't want you flying through any walls. Shogo said, I found this picture of water being ethereal and mesmerizing. It reminded me of you. Oh, cool. It's like it looks like Baja Blast, a Baja Blast wave, a purple Baja Blast wave. Let's go. All right, did I get all the Kofis? I think I did. So we will switch back. Oh, hold up. That's interesting. Yeah, Shuffy said, would Vi count as a character you don't like? I liked Vi in the first season, and then I didn't like her in the second season. So I don't completely hate her. It's not like, oh, I don't like Vi as a character. But, like, I feel like the essence of who she was in season 1, for me, like, obviously people have their own, like, theories and opinions about Vi's character development, and, all that is, I mean, obviously if you think her character development was awesome and amazing, good for you. But, like, for me, I guess maybe she would count, because as Vi, being a character, would on paper, would seem to be a character that I would like. She's a tough female character. She's really cool. She actually does stuff in the show. She's not just there to look cool. Like, she actually does stuff, and she seems really caring. And so, yeah. So I guess, yeah, because like after season 2, I didn't really like her character anymore, which is really kind of sad. I mean, obviously, the fandom Vi, Vi within the fandom, I just like, I still like Vi in quotations. But like, if we're talking about like where she ended up and where she ended, like, I don't know. I feel like the essence of Vi, and I mean, obviously there's character development, but yeah, I guess I'm gonna say I guess that's a good point. That's a good point. Sheffy, if I guess I had to like say a character that I would normally like that I now don't like, would probably be Vi, after season 2 of Arcane. All right, now I gotta figure out where I'm at in the super chats. I think I read Ties. That was about the free DC game. Garrick Anderson donated and said, how did you take the news about the recent celebrity passing like Hulk Hogan or Ozzy Osbourne? I just kind of listened to some songs and watched clips of them on YouTube. I mean, obviously with anyone's passing, that's really sad, but I really was never like, I didn't really follow them, or I wasn't like a big fan of them, or I wasn't like super involved in like, what they did, or following what, like the music that they put out or the wrestling stuff that they put out. I wasn't really into their stuff, so I knew of them, but I wasn't like a super big fan. So obviously with anyone's passing, it's sad, but yeah, I mean, I guess I've dealt with it fairly well, just because I wasn't a fan of theirs, but obviously with anyone's passing, it's it's unfortunate that they had to pass. But yeah, I mean I guess that was probably about it for me. Cyberman, thank you for the rose. Thank you. Bobby donated and said, I'll just say one of mine. There is a particular Power Ranger whose archetype I love, but because they share a name with all of my bullies, I didn't like him. He's a fan favorite, all I'll say. That's funny. Actually, yeah, so if you're talking about like that pettiness, I'll say I certainly don't have a character like that. I don't think I've ever like said, oh, well, this character had a name from this person that I didn't like, so I don't like them. Or, maybe they're I don't know what another petty reason would be, or maybe like their favorite food is something that I hate. I really don't know, or maybe like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure exactly what other petty reason, but if it's like along those lines, like if it's that line of like, oh, well, they have a name of my enemy, so I don't like them. I don't think I've ever done that. I can't say I've ever like had that level of petty reason for not liking a character, I would say. But that's actually pretty funny, Bobby. I just, yeah, I don't like him anymore. So, I mean, hey, valid. You know, if you don't like him, you don't like him. Fair enough. Thank you for the rose, Ty. Thank you, thank you. Yo! Marle Bress. Anyways, so Marle, we'll call him Marle, became a wholesome yeet. Let's go. Thank you so much for becoming a wholesome yeet, Marle. I hope you enjoy your stay here. You know, we have virtual cookies, so welcome to the yeets. So thank you so much for becoming a wholesome yeet today. Thank you, thank you. We have so many wholesome yeets. You know, I wonder how many wholesome yeets do we have? Because I know that once we surpass a certain number of members, we can add more emotes. So it's about time I go check. I know the last time I checked, we didn't have enough, but I'm wondering, because I haven't checked it in a while, do we have enough now? I think it's under the Earn tab. Oh, memberships. Here we go. Come on. Can we... Emojis. No! Okay, we don't have enough. Never mind. 15 more? Goodness gracious. Goodness. Bro, it's just emotes. Why not just give us more emotes, dude? Like, what's it gonna harm? What's it really gonna harm YouTube to give us more emotes? I mean, come on. You tired, Teresa? Of course I am. In the beginning, I said I was tired. Of course I'm tired. I have said I'm tired probably a billion times. But yes, no, I am tired. I am tired. Granted, it is pretty on par for you to always ask me towards the end of stream, am I tired? And so, yes. Yeah, YouTube's big stinky. What the heck? Like, come on. Like, it's just emotes. Like, I think, like, in Twitch, you can have as many as you want, you know, but, I mean, Twitch has its own issues, too. I mean, it's not perfect, so, I mean, I guess, you know, potato, potato. But, like, come on. Like, you're, like, how many, like, they only gave us, like, how many emotes? How many emotes do we have? Let me look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We only have 12 emotes. What's so dumb is I think you have to get 15 more members to just add one more emoji. It's like you're telling me, like, come on, dude. Like, you're not even gonna give me a batch of emojis. Like, oh, you have 15 more members, you get 5 more emojis. It's like, no, you get your 13th emoji. Like, what is this? What is this? Come on. Come on. Goodness gracious. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I guess we can always cycle through emojis. I can always add new ones and take old ones out, but, you know. Garrick Anderson donated and said, oh, recently I saw Nobody 2. Very funny and awesome movie. Also saw Overlord Scared Kingdom anime movie. Very serious with a mix of light comedy. I haven't heard of any of these. Nobody 2. Oh, okay. Bob, I forgot his last name. But he's the guy that played Better Call Saul. He played Saul. So, Saul Goodman. So yeah, I haven't seen that movie yet, but I know the actor and he's pretty good. But no, I'm glad you saw some stuff that was pretty Gucci. I don't know if I'll see Nobody. I'll have to look at the trailer. I've only seen posters, like pictures of it. But no, I'm glad you saw some good movies recently. It just feels like I bloody wasn't well here in the beginning. Well, I feel like like I've said I've been tired multiple times through the stream, Mr. Shmee. It's been pretty apparent. But yeah, I guess I don't know when you came in. I honestly have no idea. So, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Dark Spy, I can't read the rest of it, but Dark Spy donated and said, "You familiar with Agent Venom? Well, imagine listener becoming Agent Calamity." What? Well, first of all, thank you so much for the generous donation. I just went up, I read it, and I was trying to think about what to say. But no, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Agent Venom, that's just Venom, right? Or... Actually, what is Agent Venom, actually? I don't... Why is it when I look up Agent Venom, it says Flash Thompson? Is a bully turned selfless soldier known as Anti-Agent Venom. Well, that's not it. But after losing both his legs in the Iraq War, Flash Thompson turns into a superhero, Agent Venom. Okay, so this isn't... I thought you were just talking about... Venom, like Venom himself. I thought like Agent Venom was just like another name for Venom. So no, this is different. Interesting. So yeah, I don't know anything about Agent Venom, actually. So I'm not familiar with it. So, interesting. Yeah, I actually don't know anything. So I'm assuming it's like it's almost just like another person who was taken over by a symbiote. So it's just like if the listener got taken over by Calamity, I'm guessing what you were gonna say. Everybody wants Calamity to take over them. Sadly, the listener is probably gonna stay a regular citizen, but yeah, actually, I didn't realize when sometimes people talk about Agent Venom, I didn't realize it was another Venom, like it was another version of like, you know, Venom, you know, using another host, you know, other than I forgot his name, Eddie, right? Eddie, yes. I know some things, yeah, no, interesting. Yeah, I actually didn't know that, so I'm glad I looked that up. But it seems like a lot of people think that Agent Venom's really cool, so yeah, I'm guessing it's a really cool character. But no, again, yeah, thank you so much for the generous donation. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm sadly not familiar with Agent Venom, so I actually I don't have much to say on it because I don't know a lot about it. But yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, more education for me. The more I know, the more you know. The more you know. But yeah, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Need more water. Oh, Shogo donated and said, "If you and I were on a walk together and a gust of fall weather wind made you fly away..." What? I can't just fly away. I'm not that small. There's some weight to me. I would run and grab onto your scarf to save you. Actually, I don't really wear scarves. I guess you'd be grabbing onto my hair, which in that case, that would hurt quite a bit. Even if you started to unravel and the scarf spinned you around as it fell apart, I'd still hold on to you as you float, if you float around like a kite. What? What? Oh my gosh, I think there's an image with it. Oh, it's like, so it's like in reference to the, what's it called? I actually didn't watch a lot of the Winnie the Pooh when I was a kid, so actually I'm not familiar with this scene, so I'm guessing it's a... Oh, so the scarf is like literally turning into like string, and so the other person's holding onto the string, so they're like a kite. I see what you're talking about. Like, yeah, I can say that's never happened to me. Never happened to me yet. Oh my gosh. Neb donated and said, anyone can be super without superpowers. Exactly! That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah, no. I think, what's it called? I think that actually came across pretty well in both the audios. I think both Superwoman and Spider-Girl came at it from a similar angle, but I feel like they both said it in their own way. You know, I feel like you know, Superwoman's, I tried to like, I really liked, you know, I wanted to come at it just from to be said obviously differently and felt almost in a different way, because obviously it's Superwoman versus Spider-Girl. But I think that came across in both audios, and I don't know, I think I was always really, you know, it was always an interesting philosophy and theme among a lot of superheroes, you know, like even these really strong superheroes, like, you know, I mean, they need help at the end of the day, even from people who don't have powers, and sometimes, you know, the people, you know, it's all about being together. Oh, Dark the Spy, I can't read the rest of it. Dark the Spy donated and said, wait, if listener became Agent Calamity, then Spider-Girl, it would be like Harry and Peter Insomniac. Wait, what? It would be like Harry and Peter Insomniac Spider-Man 2 game. Sadly, I don't know what that is. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what that is. So I don't get the reference, but I'm assuming it's just like, you know, Does Harry get a symbiote in that game? I'm guessing. If it's similar, because if the listener got Calamity and then Spider-Girl and Spider-Girl powers, I'm assuming, so in the game does Harry get a symbiote? Because I was not aware that that was ever a theme or something, so that's interesting. Interesting. Oh, Mr. Smee, don't be such a negative Nancy. Look at this guy. He's like, what a farce. You can be super without superpowers. Can the listener punch through a wall, dodge a bullet, regenerate? Yeah, I didn't think so. Listen, at the end of the day, like, you know, I mean, your emotional well-being is also really important too, and the listener definitely provides that for sure. And, I mean, to be fair, I mean, in the Superman movie, Lois Lane, without her, like, pushing through and trying to, like, figure things out, like, Superman would have been stuck in that pocket dimension. You know what I mean? So, it still can be helpful. You don't need to punch through walls to be helpful. Obviously, you can't punch through walls and you can't dodge a bullet. Like, that's just a given. That is, sadly, one of your, you know, weaknesses, you know? But, yeah, you know? Oh, goodness. Oh my gosh, my back. Oh, isn't it nice when your back hurts? Actually, I'm gonna check, since it's getting close to the end of stream. Yeah, yeah, we do have a Ko-fi. I figured I still missed one. So this is between Neko and Sai, a dialogue between Neko and Sai. Well, Cyburn Man. So Neko says,
"Thank you, Sai. I'm finally going to join the best and get my own review."
Sai says, "Yeah, sorry it took so long. I needed the cash for it."
"That's okay. Now come here for some hugs. And this."
I'm assuming that's a moi. I think I said moi. And then Sai says, oh, shucks, it's nothing. And then Neko says,
"Here.
Oh.
Here, more kisses.
I feel like she wouldn't say hee hee. I feel like she'd be like, ha. She's a bit more chaotic than that. Alright, let me make sure I read everything. I did. So as I'll just reiterate this just one more time because I think I said this. I don't remember when I announced this. It could have been in the beginning or mid, but just as a small reminder, I did restock some things on the Etsy. I restocked the orc, Neko, and goblin standees. And I did restock the orc and dragon GF body pillows. So those are on my Etsy in case people aren't aware. I know that we've had some newcomers to the channel and it's been a while since I've actually sold anything on Etsy because of how busy things have been. So I don't think it's linked in this particular description, is it? Oh, it is. I think it's, for some reason, it's only the link for the keychains. I don't know why, but if you go to that link, it'll take you to the keychains, but my Etsy, you just gotta click on my profile. You can probably also find it on my YouTube channel too, in case that's a little bit too confusing. Neb donated and said, what superheroes teach us is that people can still be super for just being a good person. That's what's great about being the listener in that Superwoman and Spider-Girl videos. We are heroes to them. Exactly. That's exactly what I've been trying to say. I completely agree. So, there it is right there. Neb just put it black and white for y'all. So, no, I agree. That's basically it. That's the whole point that we're trying to get across. So, that's why I think they work so well together because, it's true. You don't got to be super. You don't have to have superpowers to be super. So, I think that's all I've announced before I move on to anything else, because I know y'all are waiting for a specific something, but we're gonna wait a second. I know people have been asking about the fan mail, and I do want to try and do that soon because I know it's been a long time. But I just want to give everybody a heads up that it's been things have been so busy, and it seems like things never slow down. And I think most likely, I know it's kind of disappointing, but I think most likely after I do this particular fan mail, I'm probably not going to be doing fan mail openings anymore just because it's been getting a bit too overwhelming for me to juggle checking the P.O. box all the time and then, feeling bad that I haven't been doing a fan mail opening because I feel bad that people send stuff and I say that I'm going to open it and I haven't opened it. So it's just been hard for me to keep up with all that along with a bunch of other things. Before I had a lot more time than I do now. So I think in terms of like fan mail and sending packages and opening them on stream, this will probably be sadly the last one. So if you did actually send a fan mail, just let me know. We just this week we went to the P.O. box and picked up some stuff. So if you sent it a long time ago, we probably already have it. But if you've recently just sent something, please let me know because I will wait until it comes, to do the fan mail opening since, I feel bad if yours wasn't included. But obviously, if you still want to send some smaller letters or anything like that, you're more than free to send it. Just as far as taking the time to open it on stream, I probably won't be doing that anymore just because it's becoming I don't have time to do it sadly. And I will say after this fan mail, we've been having to do some spring cleaning, and I realized that the area where I keep all my channel stuff and which is basically where I stream, I am running out of capacity. So as far as really big packages go, I would just try not to send big packages because sadly I can't keep any more stuff, and I would hate to give stuff away, if I'd have to give some of the stuff away that you give me. So just giving you a heads up that if I get some big packages in the mail, I may not be able to keep it. So just wanted to say that before I forgot, because instead of doing that big announcement during the fan mail when I want to spend the time opening people's stuff, I thought I just would say that here, just so everybody would understand. But anyways, so hopefully soon we can do the fan mail and we can open up people's stuff, and then obviously if you have any letters or things you still want to send, you're more than welcome to. I would just be opening it, in my own time and not on a live stream. But any whoosies, we are now to the end of the stream, and in case if anyone here is new and you don't know, I know she hates when I say this, but somehow my mother always finds her. I forgot how this all started, but she likes to come down here and say hello to you guys, and so she's here to say hello.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all having a great time, and I know it's a little disappointing because the fan mails are so much fun because I love it when you guys sneak a little something in there for me. So it's always exciting and fun, and so this last one will be bittersweet, but as she said, you could still send gifts. They just will not be opened on stream. And hello, everyone. I hope I said hello to you all when I popped into the chat earlier. There's a few people I see I did not say hello to, like Jesus. Hello, Jesus. I didn't see you there earlier. And also, I see that Smee, as he usually does, thank you, Mr. Smee, put the link in the chat to my YouTube channel. I'm hoping to have a video out tomorrow. I have it all edited and everything. I just haven't uploaded it yet or put all the stuff in the description. So I'm hoping it will be put out tomorrow, but we have a lot of stuff going on this weekend, a lot of stuff. And today has been nothing but constant chores and things to do. So I mean, I'm not even going to actually be able to sit down and relax until after the stream. And even then, I have a few things to do before I go to bed. So I hope I get it out tomorrow, and if you do watch it, please give me a comment to let me know how you liked it and what you would like me to do next.
Cyberman donated and said, "Quick, Mama, count the boxes before it's too late." What do you mean?
Well, I think there's about 6, if I'm right, and not everything is boxes. Some of the things are envelopes, so there's not a whole lot of things for the next fan mail. I think 3 of the things are envelopes, so 3 are small boxes, so it's not a heck of a lot of things like we do get sometimes. And hello, Emerald Master. I did not say hello to you.
Let's see. Congo Bongo donated and said, "You could just sum up what the mail you get on stream." Yeah, I mean, obviously, if I get anything in the mail, I can always, I'll let you guys know, like, oh yeah, someone just sent a blah, 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 so it just makes it a lot easier for me than having to set up everything, and, and it's also a bit nerve-wracking for me to have a live camera on, and it's just
in case the camera would fall.
it just takes time, and obviously it's a bit stressful, and I just thought, with everything going on, I just couldn't keep up with it. And since it's been so long since I did a fan mail, I guess I realized that it's just not as easy as it used to be. But oh my goodness, thank you so much, Ty. That's a very generous donation.
Oh, thank you, Ty.
Oh my goodness. A little something that's a very big something, Ty. Thank you so much. It says, "A little something for you and to treat the famtory, and last joke for you. Why is sand so optimistic? It has a can-do attitude."
Instead of
can-do, yeah. If you were a superhero in the Justice League, who would you have as a mentor? I think it depends on what kind of superhero I would be. Am I someone like Batman who has no powers at all? Or do I have powers, right? Because if I had powers, I think I would want someone who would be as close as to me to be my mentor, because it would be easier to learn. So like if I had like super strength or something like that, maybe I would actually, despite being a Batman lover, would probably ask Superman or Wonder Woman to do so. Maybe Superman, but because that would be kind of cool to say that you got trained by Superman. But anyways, but if I was just a regular average Joe, being able, somehow miraculously was able to be a superhero despite having no powers, I would definitely be like, "Yo, Batman, teach me your ways, please. I need to catch up with everybody else." Because, I mean, he'd be the guy to go to if you need to learn how to, survive with all the other superhero people. I mean, he has a contingency plan for everybody. The guy knows what he's doing. And when we get have an Apex stream, that's another thing too. So yeah, I don't know when. I think I'm gonna prioritize the fan mail as an extra stream for one of the weeks, just because I feel bad that we have all this fan mail, that we haven't opened in a long time. So once we do the fan mail, I'll probably try to set aside some time to have an Apex stream. And so yes. But yeah, no, thank you so much, Ty, for your generous donation, and hopefully I was able to answer all your questions. And thank you for the dad joke that,
thank you,
despite it shriveling me up, I still appreciate it.
And howdy, Millennial Chicken.
Garrick Anderson donated and said, "You ever make anything from those fantasy cookbooks?" We've used quite a few of the cookbooks. I can't remember which ones we've used, but we have people have sent us a lot of cookbooks, and they are in our kitchen. They're in our kitchen next to all the other cookbooks. So we have made quite a few things. I just can't remember exactly which ones we've used because we have quite a few books.
I can't either.
But yeah, we've definitely utilized it. So whoever sent those, thank you so much. Where are we at? Chaos Mash donated and said, "You should listen to Superman Doomsday and Beyond, a Batman Nightfall radio drama by Dirk Maggs." Yeah, I think you recommended that to me. this stream. So yeah, I'll try to remember to take a look at that if I'm ever, usually when I draw stuff, I listen to things in the background of documentaries or stuff like that. So if it's a, cool story about Batman, it's like a radio drama, maybe it'll be fun to listen to. Bobby donated and said, I'll just say this. With my packages, I know Katori will not donate or get rid of it. Call it a sixth sense. Oh, now I'm curious.
So Bobby, do we have more than one package from you?
Why do we?
I don't know. He said packages in his donation. Unless the S on there was a.
I mean, I know he sent an envelope because he clarified with me that he sent an envelope.
But I thought, do we have a second one? Because if we don't, then maybe there's something else at the PO box.
I don't know. I mean, I think they're all there. I think that might be one in the metallic envelope, unless that was already opened. I think that's one right there. But yeah, no, Bobby. Now I'm really curious. I want to know what it is now. I gotta know. Man, now I really want to know. I guess I'll have to wait. And be patient, just like you guys. But no, I'm rather curious now.
No. It comes from the UK.
That comes from the UK? Yeah, Bobby is not from the UK. Congo Bongo donated and said, last time we'll see your hands. So sad. Well, not the last time. I mean, maybe I'll do a little post that shows my hands every once in a while. But yeah, like my live hands, I guess, would be like the last time. And I'm not saying it's like officially the last time forever, but I just want to say that, like, I don't want to guarantee that people's fan mail is going to be on stream anymore just because I don't know when I'll be able to do it. So, and it just makes it harder to, keep a section with a bunch of what?
Is that
Wait, can I see? Is that? Yeah, that's him.
Okay, that came back in March.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, Bobby, we do have your other package. We were checking. I know who Bobby is. But anyways, I'm like, I know that name. But anyways, so yeah. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe in the distant future, I will do something where I show my hands again and open up stuff. But as of now, I just wanted to officially say that, we weren't going to technically do it anymore just because just to make things easier. But that's not to say I won't ever do it again, I guess, is what I also want to say.
She has a right to change her mind. She's a woman, right?
Yeah. Mr. Wanapan donated and said, oh, but I was going to prepare to send you another fan mail with my gifts to you from my Japanese trip and a fan art and a surprise for you.
Will you be sending it soon, like in the next week or so?
I mean, if you send it out soon, I can always wait a little longer to do the last fan mail. But if you were waiting to send it around Christmas time, I'm looking to try to, I feel like I've waited so long for this. I want to try to do this as soon as possible, just so that way I can, show the fan mail. Yeah. So if you're gonna send it like within the next week or so, then I'll wait for your package to arrive just so that way we can we can show it on stream. So
like some people will send goodies too, as you guys know, who've watched the fan mail. So by the time she opens it, sometimes those goodies are expired.
Yeah,
and then that's such a shame because I love my goodies.
I don't know exactly when the fan mail opening is going to be, and you said if it's this next month. I'm hoping to do it next month is what I'm hoping. But yeah, I mean, if you send it within the next week, hopefully we can do a fan mail sometime. It's in September. God forbid October. So probably I'm definitely gonna shoot for September. If for some reason something really bad happens, then I will definitely force myself to do it in October because it needs to be done. But anywhoosies, hopefully that answers all the questions. So, oh, whoopsie daisy. Mr. Wanapan said, even if not on live stream, can you just send us like a thank you to us? I mean, as I said, like I'll definitely mention it in stream if someone like sends me a gift and like I open it, I'll try to remember to mention it. It's just things are so busy, I don't know if I'll, I just don't want to accidentally forget to like send someone a message and hurt their feelings. It's just things are just so busy, but I'll try to mention it on stream if I have opened someone's fan mail, or even you're like, oh, did you enjoy the thing I sent you? I'd be like, oh yeah, I did. So, I won't keep fan mail a secret. I'll definitely be, talk about it and stuff like that. The guy donated and said, my cousin and dad just told me pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. It ain't easy to be the only one, and it ain't easy to be the only one of class. LOL. Only one of class. I mean, hey, pineapple on pizza ain't bad, all right?
Hey, pineapple pizza is good.
I feel like I have to be in the mood for it. Like, sometimes for pizza, I just want it to be really savory and, like, garlicky. So, like, sometimes I'm like, I don't really want pineapple on my pizza. But I don't think it's gross. Like, I think I've had pineapple pizza before, and it has tasted good.
Like,
so.
if you are looking for the sweet with salty, then it's a great thing.
Bobby donated and said it was 2. One was where you and Mama Tori asked if it was me. Yes. Yeah. We have. It was just probably sent when we were talking about it, but yeah, we found both. We found your white package, which is like in a box.
There's a box,
and then there's a envelope that's like tannish, So yeah, we both have both of those. And
I'm sorry, Ariel.
I think
you're wrong. Pineapple belongs on pizza sometimes.
It was one or yeah. All right. I think that's everyone's donations. I'm gonna double check on Ko-fi, and then I am going to get off stream because it is 8:16.
Yes, I know.
And I need to get off of here. Not to say that I don't like hanging out with you.
I know.
Guys.
I love hanging out with you guys too.
But anywho, Ty donated and said, I know you all love the things I sent you, and Mama Tori loves her Back to the Future merch. Yes, she does.
I love my Back to the Future merch.
I mean, hey, I got
everyone who has sent me the Back to the Future merch, which was quite a few people. I love it, and I love chocolate.
I mean, you signed me a signed comic, Ty. I'm not getting rid of that. That was a really cool gift. So
you all know what I like, and I appreciate that too. And what are you talking about? Your birthday's coming up, Kokiri? You having a birthday party? You having a birthday party stream or something?
Well, anyways, hopefully he'll be able to answer you that later because I don't know how long the chat delay will be. But I'm probably gonna head out here, and if your birthday's coming up, Kokiri, happy early birthday. And
if I knew about it in the past, it's on my calendar. I just have to check it out.
And Mr. Wanapan donated and said, I'll get it ready soon. Goodbye and good night. Oh, yeah, good night, Mr. Wanapan. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thank you for thinking about me on your vacation to Japan. That's very sweet of you. So thank you so much.
And send us a message when you send it so we know to look out for it.
Yes. So yes. But all right, thank you guys so much for coming and, chatting here. I will say, I was debating, again, this is another reason why I haven't done it yet, was because I've been debating on doing a crocheting stream, but then I was like, oh no, what if the camera falls, or what if this or that? So that's why that has never happened either. So I don't know. I've been thinking of ways to do new things on stream, but obviously first things come first is fan mail and an Apex stream. So we'll think about the other stuff later. But yes, goodbye and good night, and thank you all for just hanging out. So,
good night, everyone.
Goodbye, everybody. I'll talk to you all this coming Saturday, right?
Sorry.
Yes, I'm just making sure. There's nothing going on, right? Yeah, this coming Saturday, I'll talk to you all. So.